were a talented engineer at Toyota. Tell us about the turning point. What made you think to quit a very happening life?
Yes, it's a world's most reputed company, becoming a disturbance for me. One day it happened. I started picking up an argument with my boss.
As a young achiever, if you had continued, you would have been at the peak of corporate success now.
There are many stories. So then you get yoga, meditation, babas, a little distance I used to keep. You have a good body, you have a great mind. You were saying, you don't know how to handle this. You have never read the user manual as to how to operate this instrument.
Teaching this Hatha Yoga from a long period of time.
What yoga and meditation can do. When I took this short-term course, and within a span of few months, I would say, many things started changing within myself. I realized if I just pursue this on a long-term basis, and that's how I took the decision of quitting the job. I just tell him once, only one thing, that is Hatha beku. Hatha idrande nimige sadhane madabodu. My priority is well-being, not wealth. If you have well-being, then you can do something with the wealth. If you have only wealth, but no well-being,
Namaskara and welcome to the Vikasit Way, a podcast series brought to you by Vikasit Vidya and co-presented by our compliance partner Is My Compliance, where we recognize and celebrate the success stories of coastal Karnataka with our special episode every month. This episode is specially brought to you by our goodness partner Achal Cashews, bringing you hygienically packed nature goodness since 1981. I am your host, Mrs. Chandana Chethan Nayak, and joining me today is Mrs. Krithika Nayak to moderate today's episode. Today's episode is one that touches the heart. We are joined by a man who guides and helps many in improving the quality of their lives as a Hatha Yoga teacher. Let's welcome Mr. Praveen Kumar, also a volunteer at Isha Foundation, a seeker whose journey reminds us that true success is not about reaching the top, but finding balance within.
Namaskaram, Praveen Anna. A very hearty welcome to this episode. Namaskar. It is our privilege to have you here, Anna, and talking to you because it's not a easy task. You should be an extraordinary person to quit a job at its peak. Your career, you have quit it in a peak, and you have moved towards inner well-being. You were a talented engineer at Toyota. Even worked in many prestigious projects of theirs. Even you have worked for them in Japan. As a young achiever, if you had continued, you would have been at the peak of corporate success now. Could you please tell us about the turning point? What made you think that to quit a very happening life and you wanted to spread your inner joy, what you felt to others?
first of all, thank you for having me here. See, as any other student, maybe right from your childhood, just continued my aspirations in terms of becoming an engineer, though not a mechanical engineer. But I just started my journey, in an English medium school and pursued my engineering degree. And being a mechanical engineer, one of my dream was to get into an automobile job. Yes, I got into an automobile job, basically in Toyota. Yes, it's one of the world's most reputed company. And I had the privilege to be there for almost 10 plus years. Though everything was going great for me in Toyota, as I mentioned. See, what I could sense over a period of time, though everything was great, this all thing, things started, I would say, when I was in Japan. Okay. I don't know, for some reason, I started noticing that though everything is good the outside, my own thought process started kind of becoming a disturbance for me without any reason. And over a period of time, this started becoming a kind of nuisance for me, myself, in the sense, for small things, which otherwise I was not becoming like kind of hypertense. For small things, I started picking up quarrels. Maybe whether it is the personal space, my family, with my family, or maybe in the traffic. some small traffic jam, I used to just,
And you are disturbed.
so till then I was not so, but for some reason, I don't know, for somewhere I started noticing these things are happening with me, even in the office space. So, some, untoward situation, I used to started going crazy, and I just continued. But I still had this thought, something is happening with me. I came back to India after my project in Japan. What I noticed is here also it started becoming a little worse. The situation started becoming worse. One day it happened, for some reason, I started picking up an argument with my boss in my company. And that is the time when I realized something really is going, bad. That is the time when I thought something has to be done. I need some kind of solution, for this. They even suggested to take this yoga meditation. I thought, okay, let me just try this. Though till then I was not, had any kind of a favorism to yoga, or in fact, I had some kind of aversion, I would say. Yoga, meditation, babas, a little distance I used to keep, because everything is, why yoga now? Because everything is going fine now, so and I was not bothered to do any kind of yoga. But now that I'm looking for some solution, so at least let me just take this up, because I heard this doesn't have any kind of side effects. So that's how I just landed up doing some yoga practices. And after doing these yoga practices, the kind of meltdown, it started happening with me. The same situations wherever you go, maybe in the public place or in the house or office. But what I could see is, some settlement is happening inside. I'm not feeling like reacting to the situation, whereas maybe responding is fine. That's, from reacting to responding. So that shift started, I just started noticing within myself. I thought something is working, right? When something is working, which I was basically what I'm looking for, I thought, okay, let me just take this kind of a long term. Just by doing a few course and practicing for 1 or 2 months, I thought, let me just go for long term. I just did that 5 months course, and then there was no looking back. And that was the time when I took this decision, like, wealth to well-being. Because having wealth, I know how it is. You have wealth, but no well-being, there is no use. Then I had the experience of well-being. Even if you don't have wealth, I thought you can have a great life ahead. That's how I just shifted, that's all.
Anna, you are deeply associated with Sadhguru and Isha Foundation. How did it shape your inner journey, inner well-being, and what do you think of life in the present situation?
How did my inner journey started, or how Sadhguru or Isha, I started my association with Sadhguru and Isha. See, as I said, when I was really going through some bad shape, especially in terms of my psychological space, though everything was in the outside world, though everything was going great, good family, good, everything good, good job in terms of wealth, yes. So, because I still remember whenever we wanted to go somewhere, vacation. Okay, let's pack up, go Dubai. Let's pack up, go to some other destination abroad. This was the situation where I was just growing up, and suddenly when you are sitting either in Dubai or when you are sitting in Japan, suddenly you are going crazy. This I did not like. No, because basically we think that all these places are heaven. I think around 2013 or 14, where I first came across a video of Sadhguru in YouTube. YouTube was my who introduced me to Sadhguru actually.
It might be for most of us. Even
Now
for me,
I can hear that. Most people say this. And see, where in that video, the kind of explanation, I would say, logical explanation, where Sadhguru was mentioning about, as if he was talking to me, because I was going through the same situation. He was mentioning something like this, see why people are suffering, simply because they have not read the user's manual. I was just wondering, what is this user's manual? And he was saying, like, you have your own body, you have your mind, everything, if it's in its place, things will be good. But when some things, start going off track, then you will have its own impact. It has its own impact. Maybe some people go through ill health situations in their body, in their mind, simply because you were saying, you don't know how to handle this. You have a good body, you have a great mind, or in other words, these are the faculties, these are the instruments through which you conduct the basic process of life, but you have never read the user manual as to how to operate this instrument. Something like this he was mentioning. So, for example, when somebody gives you you just imagine that somebody gives you an iPhone, but unfortunately, you don't know how to operate this iPhone. Now, what is the first thing that you do? We generally refer the user manual, right? The more you go through this user manual, the better you understand about the product,
How to use it. Yes.
Now, better you understand about the how to the operations, the better you can use
Operate it.
operate it, or
Yes.
use it, right? Now, whatever we are saying as a simple gadget like an iPhone, or even the super sophisticated supercomputer, whatever gadgets, it is of course not a natural product. It is a human man-made product, right? That means who is the ultimate gadget? Human beings are the ultimate gadget. Now, you are reading a user manual to know the operations of a simple gadget like an iPhone. Have you ever tried to make an attempt to read a user manual of this super gadget?
Human body.
Yeah, body or mind. I was just it was hitting onto my face when he was asking this question. I said no. I was just following our peers by just looking at our own friends or our own parents and our own relatives. We just grew up just like that without figuring it out. Yeah. So here I started really following up Sadhguru. He's here is a Baba who is really speaking something which matters to me. And he was saying, like, if what we call as yoga, what we call as meditation, these are the user manual. If you start doing these practices, naturally you can bring your system in its proper place. For some reason, maybe because of your lifestyle, maybe because of your food habits, it for many people, for different reasons, it's going off track, mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically, because they don't know what's happening with them. Now, once it goes off track, now they realize, then for some people it will be too late to come back. So this yoga, this meditation, what he was saying is the user manual, where once you know how to make use of these tools, the yogic practices, now naturally, as you do this on a daily basis, you can slowly bring your system back on its track. Or in other words, if you have a proper alignment in your system, and once everything is aligned, this will function at its best. It is something like, you have a car, all the four wheels are not aligned, and now you are driving the car. How will be the drive?
It will haphazardly.
Yeah,
go.
it'll, you
Basically,
have to.
you know how to keep yourself happy.
That's true.
Without any outside validation.
Yeah. Though I never used to compromise my studies or profession, everything, but I had all kinds of habits. Maybe I thought over a period of time, when till a certain age, that's that also Sadhguru says in a particular video, till certain age, whatever you do with your body might accept, but over a period of time, it will start your body will
Giving
start
back what you have given it to it.
But by then you will either you have to figure it out why it is happening. If people are not able to figure it out, then it will start. They start paying the price basically.
It may be too late.
Fortunately, yeah. Fortunately, that is the time when I started realizing that something is going wrong, and I happened to see the Sadhguru, and that's how my association with Sadhguru happened.
So you started teaching this Hatha Yoga from a long period of time. How it has impacted your personal life and how it is going for you now?
Though I did not have this intention of becoming a Hatha Yoga teacher as such, I actually wanted a long-term course with Isha, because when I took this short-term course, and within a span of few months, I would say, many things started changing within myself. I realized if I just pursue this on a long-term basis,
It can do wonders.
And that's how I took the decision of quitting the job. Quitting the job, because by then I decided my priority. My priority is well-being, not wealth. If you have well-being, then you can do something with the wealth. If you have only wealth but no well-being, it's gone
It's of
case.
no use.
Yeah, that's when I realized these things, and I started pursuing. I quit my job and informed my immediate family members. Took this decision of quitting the job, where I did not even thought. That time I did not think that it was a major decision. So it was just one more decision for me actually. But people around me who were looking at me, it was a kind of as you said, courageous decision and things like that. And now also I think whatever I decide, it's. So then I just pursued this 5 months course. Once I am done with this 5 months course, I was done with this five months course. Though I had a plan of, I had a blueprint where I charted for myself, like, having to start a dairy farm business after yoga training. I'll take yoga also, but the main for income, I'll just do some dairy farm business. But after this 5 months course, I just kept everything aside because the kind of transformation it did with me, after this 5 months of full-time training, and it's, I thought, there is no replacement for this. And whatever the kind of experience, either physically, you're feeling so light, mentally, you're feeling so free, and how I was before, I know.
Totally.
Now I know
A different person.
Yeah, totally. What yoga and meditation can do
To your body.
I clearly understood. And that is the time when I thought that, I alone should not keep this for me, because I could see people around me in the same condition how I was, having everything, but they are suffering.
No peace of mind.
That is a tragedy actually. If you don't have anything and you're suffering, okay, what to do? But you have everything.
Still you're
Yeah, you are suffering. That is not the way you should be living, right? When we are having, such beautiful tools, then I thought I need to, pursue this as a kind of offering from my side.
What impact you have seen, you have noticed in your students? Any story or any moment that has touched you or you remember?
There are many stories. Someone coming to me and he is saying, "Sir, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳಿದೆ. ನನಗೆ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ, ಸಿಗರೆಟ್ ಸೇದೋ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ, ತುಂಬ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಅಭ್ಯಾಸಗಳು. ನನಗೆ ಇದರಿಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರಬೇಕಂತ ಇದೆ." And he was straight, openly speaking, all these things. I said, internally, I told myself, I am looking at such people, where we can change. See, here the beauty is, they know they want to come out of this, whatever either habits or unpleasant situations they are in. So that is itself is a first step. We always say that means willingness. If you want to do yoga, willingness is a first step. Yes. You should come forward. I cannot drag you, right? So once he came to me and we did certain programs for him, and he just continued. Even he was a very kind of committed fellow. Hatha, because one aspect of Hatha Yoga is Hatha beku. Hatha idre nimige sadhane ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. He said, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ನನಗೆ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ
Hatha idre you can transform yourself.
Yes. Yeah, that I have experience for myself. And then he took this up. And he took this in a big way. And, I could not believe. I think after maybe 3-4 months, he just came to me and he started once again, sharing all the things with me, Sir, ನಾನೀಗ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇನೆ. It's not that ನನಗೆ ಏನದು ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಿಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಇದು ತುಂಬ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆಯಿಂದಲೇ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಸಿಗರೇಟ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಕುಡಿಯೋ ಒಂದು ಇದಾಗಲಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಇಸ್, ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ, ಹೌ ಯು ಆರ್ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್
From inside.
ಓಕೆ. ಈಗ ತುಂಬ ಜನ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಫುಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೊರಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, 1 ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, 2 ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟೆ, 3 ದಿವಸ ಅಂದರೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಒಂಥರ
They want it back.
Yeah. But how is it? Craving itself is not there, or you are suffering from yourself, or ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಓಕೆ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಲಿವಿಂಗ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ಆ ಕ್ರೇವಿಂಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಕ್ರೇವಿಂಗೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು, ಬದಲಾವಣೆಗಳು ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಉಂಟು. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಾಡುವ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಎವರ್ ಹೀ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಥ್ರೂ, earlier he used to just share his stories, unpleasant stories. ಈ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಮೇ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆಂಟ್ಲಿ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ಅನ್ಪ್ಲೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡು, ಸರ್ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದೀಸ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾಲ್ಸ್ ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ 2 weeks. ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಅನ್ಪ್ಲೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅವರಿಗೂ. ಇನ್ನು ಅದು 1 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು ಕಾಲ್, 2 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು, 3 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು, ಅಂದರೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ಆಯಿತು. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಈ ವಾಸ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್, ಈಗಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಾಲ್. ಏನಾದರೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಲೆ ಇದಾದರೆ, ಸರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಸರ್ ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಐ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಒನ್ಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ಎಟ್ ದ ಪ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್ ಆರ್ ಸೈಕಲ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಫರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು ಸೈಕಲ್ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಮುಂಚೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಡೈಲಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅದು 1 ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಆಯಿತು, ಅಂದರೆ 1 ವಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಸಫರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಸೈಕಲಾಜಿಕಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಆ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. 3 months 4 months, ನೀವೀಗ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನನಗೆ 6 ತಿಂಗಳಿಗೊಮ್ಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಮುಂಚೆ ಅದೇ 1 ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಓಕೆ ಓವರ್ ನೈಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಟೀಚರ್, ವೆನ್ ಐ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ವೇರ್ the frequency is becoming more and less and less, I would say. For me, that is an indication itself that yoga is working for him, right? What he was suffering on a daily, weekly basis, now he is saying on a monthly and 6 months once. But once again, because see, why I'm saying overnight it cannot be, you cannot come out of these things, is because just to shape yourself, to whatever the way you are, physically or mentally or emotionally, you would have taken so many years.
Yes.
Now to come out of this or to undo yourself, it will take at least a few months or years. You have to give, no? Within 5 days Hatha Yoga hode, idu ella sari agutade. No, this is just a beginning. How you continue, how committed you are.
Even I have been your student. Like a few classes I have taken from you. Even I have liked the things what you have offered. There is something called some energy what you are transferring it to us, which makes us feel nice.
I think when she is telling, even I need to experience such a thing now.
No, that's what I'm insisting her to take the inner engineering program. So in Mangalore, what is happening in Isha Center? How is it? There are many events happening like Gramotsav, inner engineering, and Ratha Yatra, which is coming up. Could you throw some light and let our audience know what's happening, what Isha is offering in Mangalore?
Yeah, in terms of programs or activities, there are many programs which are happening here in our Karavali belt. Maybe it is Mangalore or Udupi. Now, the basic program always Isha offers is something called as inner engineering. Now, inner engineering is a very basic flagship program offered. What is this inner engineering? Sadhguru always talks about this. Being a mechanical engineer, for me also, outside we are doing many things, as a engineering, using the engineering technology, science and technologies, we are creating many tools, camera, AC,
for our
convenience and our comforts. But do you think people are comfortable now? People are happy? People are more joy?
No, still craving for more.
Craving for more. Sadhguru always asks this basic question, as we are enhancing our, using the science and technology, as we are enhancing our comforts and conveniences in the outside world, when you just look at yourself, say for example, your own joy, your happiness, were you happy 10 years before, 15 years before, more or now?
Then.
Of course, 10 years back.
When you are a 5-year-old kid, you are more happy or now?
I'm happy now also.
No, see, if you take a 24, if you take a 24-hour segment, the moments of happiness, was it more when you are a 5-year-old kid or now? The moments of happiness, I'm saying.
Yes, it is 5 years.
So what I know Sadhguru is conveying here is, as we are enhancing in the outside world with our comforts and conveniences, our happiness quotient, if you take, it is coming down. Simply because we have not taken charge of these faculties. This is why inner engineering, outer engineering anyway we are doing. but the seat of our experience is inside us. So how to keep this, how to keep your inner ambience pleasant, how to keep this body mind pleasant. So this is what inner engineering is all about, and this is one basic flagship program which Isha offers, for a period of time. Isha has been offering, maybe I would say not so frequent, but it happens. But apart from this, inner engineering, yes, I am a Hatha Yoga teacher. I do many programs here in this belt, especially Mangalore, Udupi, Kundapura, and across Kerala. I just travel and teach weekly workshops, online, offline, and not only weekly. We even conduct retreat programs, hire a resort or hire a farmhouse, invite participants and make them stay there, offer them sattvic food, give them yoga, meditation there. So for a few days, it's everything is yoga, 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 and of course with some games, so these kind of programs are also happening. Retreat program. Then apart from this, Isha does something called as Gramotsavam. Gramotsavam is one such program. It's a social outreach program where Sadhguru says, the rural mass. Rural mass right now they are in a state where they just want to migrate from our village to towns, because agriculture and farming and things are not so happening great, and many people they just get addicted to many habits, and they just waste their life. So how to rejuvenate the rural mass, basically, by inviting them to come and just play. So Gramotsavam is just using the volleyball, throw ball, kabaddi, some game sports as a means to rejuvenate them, organize this kind of tournaments and things in a way where even the rural people can come and participate in this. Not only the players, even their parents, even their friends. So these things are happening in rural places. Yearly once Gramotsavam happens. Right now it's happening in 5-6 states. Now by 2028, Sadhguru says, it has to happen right from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So in that, it's expanding in a big scale, Gramotsavam. And one more thing which we are, starting this year is something called as a Shiva Yatra. Shiva Yatra with Adi Yogi Ratham. Or in other words, this is a Pada Yatra basically. Now once again, why this Shiva Yatra? This Shiva Yatra basically, this year we want to start from Udupi, and we will be passing over many places like Mangalore, Puttur, Sulya, Madikeri, Mysore, Bangalore, then Sadhguru Sannidhi Ashram, then from there to Isha Yoga Center. So it spans over a period of 70 days and covers almost like 1,000 kilometers walking, Padayatra. Now it's not only a Padayatra, we just want to take a Ratham with us, taking what we call as the Shiva with us. Now what is the significance of this? So basically for every Mahashivratri, there is something called as a Shivanga Sadhana, where Sadhguru initiates into a 42-day mandala, Shivanga Sadhana, where you have to follow certain guidelines, you have to do certain practices, or in other words, once again, you are preparing your system in a certain way just before Shivaratri. Because Shivaratri is considered as, the night where the energy will be very high. So if you have prepared yourself, you can just absorb this energy, in a certain way. So like this, we are starting from, in Karnataka, we are starting from Udupi, and just to, the idea goes like this. Once we get initiated into this Shivanga sadhana, then the devotees are generally called as Shiva Ganas. Yes. So basically the yatra is something like this. Shiva Ganas are taking Shiva to every place. Or in other words, it's a moving temple. So when this temple goes through all this place, how, if Shiva comes to your place, generally how people celebrate? People can, celebrate in many different ways. People can, simple, maybe they can just crackers, pataki odibodu. Or people can do some bhajans. People can offer chende seva, dole seva, something like this. People can even dance. People can even chant. People can even take the ratham with them. And so that's how, people get connected with the Shiva and with this kind of basically this is a pure this thing of devotion.
Thank you so much, Pravinanna, for enlightening us about that Ratha Yatra. We have a segment called Unfiltered with Vikasit. So let's go for that segment. We have 2 flags here. Now we'll be asking some questions related to health and all that, well-being. So you have to take any one flag. Red flag, it shows that it's harmful. And green flag, it shows that it's good for your health. So,
Okay.
this is a quick round. Okay. Shall we start?
Yes, of course.
Let's
we
go.
can.
1, 2, 3. Checking phone first thing in the morning. Sleeping for less than 8 hours a day. Eating till you're too full. Drinking water only when thirsty. Working out intensely without warming up. Practicing intermittent fasting. Drinking coffee for energy booster. Posting your life on social media. Relying on Google for medical and mental health care. Overworking without taking breaks in the name of professional growth. Thinking therapy is only for people with problems. Using alcohol to relax after a stressful day. Thank you, Pravinanna. We got so much knowledge about what we should do, should and shouldn't. So, thank you so much, Pravinanna, for enlightening us with all your knowledge about Hatha Yoga. And we got to know a lot about what it does to you and body and your mind, and the kind of inspiration you give to people to get into it and get nice experience about it. So thank you so much. And our sponsors and goodness partner for today is Achal Cashews, and they have given you a token of love and appreciation. So here it is. Thank you so much.
Namaskaram, Anna.
Namaskaram.
To all our listeners, this conversation inspire you to pause, breathe, and begin your own inner exploration. This is your host, Chandana Nayak, signing off. Until next time, stay inspired, stay grounded, and stay Vikasit.